the jury, I don't recognize the case that the prosecutor just talked about at all. Quaneesha Johnson pleaded for protection, cried for help, and she was left defenseless by police officers who knew better. She was left defenseless against a serial abuser by police officers who knew better. You see, on the night in question, Ms. Johnson had just come through her 4th pregnancy. She was 2 months postpartum and finally was going to get a night out for her friend's birthday. A night well-deserved after caring through maternity leave 8 weeks for her 2-month-old. She was going to get a night out just to celebrate a friend's birthday. She left about 11 o'clock that night or so, went out to celebrate a friend's birthday, went to a couple of after-party spots. Her friend got into a disagreement at one of those spots. She let Demonte know about the disagreement, dropped him her location so she would know where he was at, and went to another spot so he would know, and dropped him her location so he would know where she was at. You will hear that my client has 2 phones. One because she owns a business, and one is her personal phone. So my client leaves her business phone in the car, takes her personal phone inside with the location drop. While she's inside, hanging out with her friends, her phone dies. When she comes back out of the place ready to go home, she plugs her phone up, and as the charge makes its way up, gets a call from her aunt, Miss Rochelle Newell. Miss Rochelle Newell says, "Hey, where have you been? We've been looking for you. Demonte's been looking for you." She says, "Well, I dropped my location so he knows where I'm at." She says, "Well, he's been looking for you. We've called hospitals. We were wondering where you were." And she was like, "Well, I'm right here. I'm headed home." She said, "Well, let me 3-way Demonte in." And as soon as Demonte gets on the phone, you'll hear from Rochelle Newell and her other aunt, Miss Gonzalez. As soon as they get Demonte on the phone and he asks questions, in touch with you. She says, "I'm on my way home. I dropped you my location. When you get..." Corroborate that. They were on the phone listening. She also looks at her text messages that Demonte had been sending her when her phone was dead. And unlike the prosecutor's categorization of it, he says in those text messages, "When you get home, I'm gonna beat your ass on Crip. On Crip. I'm gonna beat your ass on Crip." That's what he says in those text messages. So what does my client do? She does what the prosecutor, what the state, what every law enforcement agency tells you to do. Don't take matters into your own hands. Call the police. Ask for help. So my client calls the police. Calls 911. You'll hear that 911 call. And she says, "I'm getting threats from my baby's father who's at home with my 3 children. I'm getting threats and I'm scared to go home. I'm in fear." They say, "Well, we'll dispatch an officer to you." She says, "I'm about 30 minutes from home." She's driving home and there's some issues with them getting the address. You'll hear the 911 call. The operator can't quite understand where the address is. And you'll hear that call. And she says, "I'm on my way home. I'll be there." The officer beats her home. And then the officer makes a personal phone call, which was not recorded, to Ms. Johnson's phone, which she got from the 911 operator. Ms. Johnson says, "I'm about 10-15 minutes away. I'm almost there. I'll be home in a second. Please don't leave. I'm scared to go into the house," because of the threats she's received from Demonte Smith. The officer calls her back and says, I've got to take another call. I've been dispatched. Don't go into the home. Just wait. And what does my client do? She follows the officer's instructions. She gets into her neighborhood, waits in the cul-de-sac for the officer. She calls them back and says, I'm here. This is her second time calling 911. She says, I'm here. And I'm waiting. I'm scared to go in the house. I want an escort. I don't want to go in the house by myself with Demonte Smith. That's 3 times she calls 911. 2 times. She continues to wait. She continues to wait. And she calls 911 a 3rd time and says, hey, I don't know if y'all remember, but I'm the person who was waiting for someone to come and escort me to the house. I got the threats. And this time she says, look, I'm really concerned because he was irate on the phone. And you'll hear from Miss Rochelle Newell, Miss Gonzalez, that outside of their conversation on 3-way with Miss Johnson, they were also texting Demonte and talking to him and saying, don't put your hands on her again. You can't do that again. We're not going to go for that again. You see, because they took the threat seriously. So she waits. And then she does a 4th thing. She triggers the alarm in the house so that her alarm company will call her. And when her alarm company calls her, she says, please dispatch a police officer. I do not want to go into the house with Demonte. He's in there with my 3 children. I don't want to go into the house with him. He's been threatening me, and I'm scared. It's her 4th time trying to get in touch with police. She waits. She waits. No one comes. She still doesn't go into the house. Here's why that's important. Here's what you will learn why that's important. She had no duty, no requirement to call police at all. Miss Johnson could have gotten those threats, went in that house with her gun, waited for him to fulfill his promise, and she could have shot him in self-defense. Never called police at all. Never waited for a dispatch. Never done any of that. The importance of that, as you will learn, is that goes to her intent. As the judge just described to you, every crime requires 2 things. It requires an act. It requires an intent in your state of mind. She had no duty under Georgia law, no obligation, no requirement to wait for any police officers. But she did. And when they didn't come, you know what Ms. Johnson does? She drives around the corner in her neighborhood. She flags down a police officer, finds one, flags him down and says, I've been waiting for a police officer. I'm scared to go in the home. My 3 children are in there. Will you follow me to my home? And he says, I heard that call. Yes, I'll follow you. And he may have been on his way already, but she flagged him down. She follows him to the home. And then you'll see the body cam footage where she explains to him the threats that were made throughout the night. Now, those are her cries for help. The question is, why did Ms. Johnson take the threat so seriously? Why was she so afraid? Well, you'll find out that just a few weeks after she had given birth, just a few weeks prior to that, just a few weeks when she was postpartum, Demonte, mad and furious, one day, grabbed her, slammed her on the floor, stood over her, and shook her just weeks after she had given birth. She called his mother. She texted his mother. You'll see that text message. Says, Demonte just slammed me on my face. I'm not trying to get him in trouble because of his situation. You'll learn about that situation. You see, Demonte was a serial abuser. You'll hear about his serial abuse. I'm not trying to get him in trouble because of his situation, but you got to do something about this. So she's calling his mom, pleading for help just weeks after giving birth and just weeks prior to this incident. So when she gets the threats on this night, that's why she takes the threats so seriously. Because she had just experienced his wrath a few weeks prior. You hear evidence about Mr. Smith's abuse. You heard evidence that he made these threats on Crip. And we'll let the detectives and the police officers explain to you what that means when somebody makes a threat on Crip. He made the threats in front of 2 witnesses who heard it, who took it seriously and told her, don't go in that house without police. Wait for him. She waited for him. She explained to him what was going on. And when they got there, she showed him on the phone Demonte moving all around the house. She said, I got cameras in the house. You can see where he's moving. He didn't answer the phone for the first, he didn't answer the door for the first police officer, Officer Lamy. He didn't answer the phone for him or answer the door for him. He was just moving around the house.
Micah Sterling on fire, giving his opening statement to this jury. We're going to hit the pause button. You're going to see the rest of it in a moment after this break. This is Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice.
2 militia groups were preparing to kidnap and possibly kill me.
A foiled plot to kidnap the Michigan governor. 3 defendants on trial for their alleged role.
Elaborate plans to endanger the lives of government officials and the broader public.
The infiltration of a militia group.
I never could have imagined anything like this.
The Michigan governor kidnapping plot. Coverage begins this week following jury selection on Court TV.
In the open, let's go back in where we left off.
And when the second officer comes, she tells Ms. Johnson, just unlock the door, push it, and step back. Ms. Johnson does what the officer says to. Ms. Johnson volunteered the information to the officer that she had a gun on her. She says, I'm licensed to carry. And you'll learn what licensed to carry means. It means she's got a permit. She's gone through training. She's did all the requirements under Georgia law to be licensed to carry her weapon. And the officer says, well, put it in your car while we're here for everybody's safety. She does exactly the officer requests. I mean, after all, you've got 2 police officers there protecting you. What do you need the gun for? There's no problem complying with the officers. Puts the gun in the car. He comes out. First, before he comes out, he's moving around the house, he goes and picks up a sleeping baby to bring outside to use as a prop, whose diaper is soiled. And the officers, you'll see on body camera, the officers will agree because they have to come back to Ms. Johnson and get permission to change the baby's diaper. Brings out a half-naked baby in the November cold whose diaper is soiled so he can use it as a prop. Because he doesn't like, as you will learn, when people call the police. You will see the language he uses. He says, yo police ass, calling the police. He doesn't like that, especially when he's threatening somebody on Crip. And you will hear that the police officer instructs him, give her the baby. He doesn't listen to that instruction. So when Ms. Johnson goes for the baby, he pulls the baby away. Even though the police officer, Officer Lamy, has instructed him to give her the baby. And she's like, the baby's gonna get colic. It's cold out here, you've got the baby half naked, the diaper's full. Give me the baby. He doesn't do so. Him and Ms. Johnson get into an argument, and Ms. Johnson admits, I'm being petty. I'm upset. Now, this is a house Ms. Johnson owns. She leases. Her name's the only one on the lease. She's paid for. She's been living at. It's her home and her home alone. You'll learn that. They get into an argument. They argue back and forth. And Ms. Johnson is consistent in telling the police, don't leave. Finally, Demonte walks by her just as the police are getting ready to leave because they're fed up. The police were frustrated at the arguing back and forth and felt like Ms. Johnson and Mr. Smith weren't listening to them. And they were like, I don't have time for this, I'm out. And just as they do that, Demonte walks by Ms. Johnson. And he says to her again, as soon as the police leave, I'm gonna beat your ass. Ms. Newell, who was on the phone with Ms. Johnson, hears the threat. The police say they don't hear it. But Ms. Johnson, contemporaneously, at the same time he says it, tells police, wait, y'all just heard what he said, right? He said as soon as y'all leave, he's gonna beat my ass. And the police, and she says, what happens if I defend myself? What happens? I'm licensed to carry. What happens if I shoot him in self-defense? And the police officer flippantly says, make sure you can articulate your reason, and walks off and leaves her defenseless in a home with a serial abuser who has threatened her all night. After she's called the police 4 or 5 times, Ms. Johnson makes one last effort. She gives both of her daughters a cell phone, 2 cell phones. She says, both of y'all call 911. Wouldn't listen to me, maybe they'll hear the cries of the children. If you call 911. So she gives both her daughters a cell phone and says, y'all call 911. She's scared. The police have left. She's now basically being told to go into a home where somebody has threatened to beat her ass on crib. So she goes for her protection. She puts her firearm in her pocket and she grabs a tire iron out of the car. The thing you use to, people call it a it's the thing you use to jack the car. She grabs it for her protection. Tells her daughters, goes back in the house, tells her daughters, call 911. Maybe they'll send somebody else out there to the children. She goes to get her 2-month-old daughter from upstairs. And you'll see the way the house is. So go upstairs, there's a wall right here. She goes to get her child. And she says, backs up. If you come at me, I'm gonna hit you with this. All right. Here's why that's important. That's her trying to do everything she can, as she has done all night, to avoid a dangerous and deadly confrontation. She didn't go back in with the gun up that says, if you hit me, I'm gonna shoot you. She goes back in with the tire iron and says, hey, back up, back up. He comes at her. She goes up to back him up, tire iron drops. And he says, you were really gonna hit me with that? Calling the cops, your cop ass? He charges at her again. 1 shot. You heard the tape. In the midst of all that chaos and emotion, and Miss Johnson finally standing up for herself after all of this abuse, after everything she's done all night to avoid this confrontation, she defends herself. And you will learn self-defense. Person is justified in using force which is intended or likely to cause death or great bodily harm if she reasonably believes that such force is necessary to prevent death or great bodily injury to herself or third person, or to prevent the commission of a forcible felony. And you will get to consider all of the circumstances. Every 911 call she made, her flagging down a police officer, her triggering her alarm, her asking her 2 daughters to call 911, everything she did to not be here. They're more interested in protecting the cops because the cops failed to protect Miss Johnson. They didn't ask him to take a walk. You'll learn that. They didn't ask him, hey, why don't we come over here and cool down? They didn't run any records to see if he was violating his conditions of bond. They simply left her in the house with a serial abuser. And nobody's more torn up about what happened to Demonte Smith than Ms. Johnson. Her initial reaction may have been violent, but when she realized the gravity of what had occurred, Ms. Johnson was torn up. It's not what she wanted to happen. That's why she called y'all. That's why she called them. That's why she called the police. But that night, Ms. Johnson did what she thought was necessary under the circumstances and reasonable to defend herself and others from great bodily harm. She doesn't even belong in this courtroom right now. And because of that, because of the fact that she was defending herself, I'm going to come back at the conclusion of this trial and hold me to my promises that I've made about everything that happened that night. And I'm going to ask you to find Ms. Johnson not guilty of malice murder, not guilty of felony murder, not guilty of aggravated assault, not guilty of cruelty to children. Because the only thing she did was defend herself that night from a serial abuser who was about to cause serious, great bodily harm to her after she had exhausted all of the options to get police to protect her. She cried for help. She pleaded for protection. And she defended herself because no one else would. Not guilty on all counts. Thank you.
Wow. Look at the defendant crying there, hearing her attorney deliver the opening statement. Have to tell you, my friends, cases are won in opening statements. And we might have just witnessed an example of that together here with that opening statement by Michael Sterling. And I'm not just saying this because I think he's a smart attorney and a great guest. He is those things. But he had me hooked. As I was watching him, I forgot that I know him, forgot that he's someone familiar to us because I was so present in the story. It's a bad story for the man who was killed. Let me bring in my guest. He's a retired DEA special agent, also a retired Memphis police officer, Ted Golden, watching along. You and I were both looking at each other, reacting to that, and tell everybody what you said, your thoughts.
I'm trying to figure out why they're prosecuting the case. It doesn't look good. I mean, even with half of the things he's saying, you bring a child out in November in the cold with a soiled diaper and no clothes on.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
sure.
And I know it's been 40 years since I was a cop.
That's okay. We still want to hear it.
But I say, hey, buddy, pack your stuff. You got to go.
Exactly.
You got to go. Just leave. And if he won't leave, then, ma'am, let's get your stuff and let's go find a relative's house and take you and your children too, so you can be safe. Even though you haven't witnessed anything, the common sense is protect folk so I don't have to come back here, number one. Number two, there are children involved.
Yeah.
Let's be sensible.
Right. Well, and I think one of the things most sad is when he pointed out that she had to resort to having her kids call 911 to get somebody to believe her and believe that there was a threat. I want to hear more about him being a serial abuser.
Yeah, that's gonna tip it over, I think, depending on what's in his background and what he's done before.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but it happens all the time where you demonize the victim.
Yeah.
But if this is who he is, especially with the comments, the text messages, the statements, the profane language in front of police officers. I know today's a different time.
Right.
But back in the day, you crossed the line then.
Right.
When you make this statement in my presence,
right.
I got to take you in. I don't have a choice now. Because if I leave here and something does happen, it's on me.
You're right.
So that thing really. A lot of lines were crossed.
Oh, yeah. When he used the phrase on crip, meaning serious business, you can take it to the bank without a doubt.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it.
I'm going to do this. It's going to happen.